What's goody, what's goody, what's goody, what's good? Welcome to another raw, real reaction with the newly retired, your boy, Chef Willie, man. Y'all know we back at it with another episode. Woo! Man, Loki. This show is heating up. And, man, it's just... I barely have the words to explain what's going on with this show. But that's why we got you guys here. Shout out to Prayer. Shout out to Sims walking past me. Shout out to Sims. 450 followers on Instagram, man. Before we move forward, I want to say shout out to Sims. Shout out, my guy, man. I'm really officially retiring, so I can pour all my time and efforts into him because he just has more clout than me. So that's one of the reasons I really retired. But on to what everybody's standing up for. Loki. Episode 3. This is the reaction. Miss M, how you feeling tonight?
Good. That was a great episode.
Yeah, it was great. It was a little short.
A
little short for my likings. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good so far. I'm on to address the chat first right quick. Prayer says... Someone in your class has COVID. Ooh, so you can watch the streams for the next 10 days. Oh, man. Prayers to whoever in your class got COVID. And I'm glad that you're able to watch the streams. But we finna react to this episode, man. Because I know y'all probably wondering what the hell has been going on. This whole show. Honestly, we've been having to watch a lot of breakdown videos and a lot of...
Yeah.
I feel like we've been having to watch a lot more information than normal about this show because it just has so many it has a lot of things going for it, and with this show it's just, even in this episode we was confused on some shit. We was like, wait, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Each episode I feel like we keep getting more and more confused, but you know how these shows roll out, you usually find out the big reveal at the end. I just... Episode 3, for me, before we skip ahead, it was probably the weakest. I'm not gonna lie. Out of the 3 episodes we've seen, only because I feel like it was short, and I feel like they could have did more because I'm jumping all the way to the end, but fuck it. We gotta reveal that the timekeepers were variants as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was the really big takeaway from this episode. And seeing that we only got 6 episodes, I kind of
yeah,
wish they really because honestly I didn't feel like this during Falcon and Winter Soldier. Each week I was invested. Not to say the Loki show is bad, because it's really good in its own right. And I feel like the one thing the Loki show has going for it more than anything, you really have to watch these episodes back.
Yeah, it helps, for sure.
You definitely have to watch these episodes back week after week. I don't even think for WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier we watched the episodes back, but this show you definitely have to go back and watch the episodes back. But like I said, I feel like it's really turned into a good story so far. So, any thoughts about that?
Kind of what you were touching on earlier. It did feel like a filler episode. It felt like...
Mic drop. We good though. Cat toy.
Yeah. It felt like it was just more of a filler episode where they were kind of trying to give you all the background and the information as far as what was going on with their backstories and how they kind of get introduced to each other and interact with each other basically. So I think it set up for what the purpose was. It wasn't a bad episode, but it was a filler episode for me too.
Yeah. But I just want to say, man, the design, just everything about the show is top tier, high quality. You know what I'm saying? It is really I ain't gonna lie, this looked like the best shot show so far. Falcon and Winter Soldier, they went to a lot of locations and stuff like that. But sometimes during Falcon and Winter Soldier, I could see some some CGI, just some. I can see certain things, but so far on this show, the production value is really, really great, and it's really, really good, and I'm really just enjoying what I'm seeing so far from this show. But y'all know how we do with every raw real reaction. We break this down. We attempt to break these episodes down. You know, as we were watching, like, what notes did we take, what not. Sims, could you quit with the cat toy, please? Please. Thank you. We try to, you know, stay in time, you know, with the episodes. So let me go in my notes and share, like, my first note. The beginning. The beginning of the first episode. I mean, not the first episode, but this episode when, like, they was in Cancun having them, you know, the margaritas and stuff. Like, that was like
I was confused.
Yeah, like, I was confused as hell, but that was like a great just like scene overall, because like I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I really felt that scene. And like I got this in my notes for later, but I just gotta say it now. Like, Lady Loki is a really good actress.
Yes.
Like, I've never heard of her before this shit. I've never heard of her before this show, but man, she's giving me what was his name? John Walker vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's gonna be your undercover.
She's
favorite.
giving me those John Walker vibes already. You know what I'm saying? So like, she came in kicking ass. You know, she just, man, like, she's already first episode. I'm like, man, you know, forget our Loki. This Loki is badass. Like, she's you know, she's the truth. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta say that. I wanted to say that later in my notes, but you know, we rewatching the playback now. But she's a really, really great actress, and I'm really curious to see. Actually, I kind of want to, like, she's such a good actress that I want to go see what else she played in. You know what I'm saying?
I want to look her up. And
like, I feel like a fool that I don't know who she is. You know, I really feel like I'm a fool, like, cause she is really doing her thing, and to step in like a Marvel show and like command like presence. Thanks, Alfred. To step in a Marvel show and command like presence like this and like just do her thing and like really go, like, she's really doing her thing like so far in this show. You know what I'm saying? She even make Loki look like a scrub. Like, for most of the episodes, she make him look like a scrub. I'm not gonna lie, but man, she's really doing her thing. Any thoughts about that?
And she's like she's even doing her thing with an established character like Loki.
Yeah.
He's been in the series for like 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting that you talked about the margarita scene in the beginning, because it pays off in the end. You understand, like, it's actually something that happened. I thought it was like her implanting a memory and just trying to get her to be friends with her. Yeah. But she's like, no, that was a real thing. I was just trying to, you know, take her way back to before she was with the TVA, and that's just like I'm getting ahead of myself too. That's like a mind blown thing for Loki in the end, but it shows her, you know, her range, you know, especially later on in the episode when she starts interacting more with Loki. I feel like she establishes herself as definitely being similar to Loki in the same like wittiness and sarcasm and all of that, but she's very much her own character, and I think they did a really good job with her, or she did a really good job with the acting of it, and they did a great job with the writing of it. That yes, they're kind of Loki characters, Loki variants, but they're definitely very different characters. So that's kind of like how the episode started for me.
You right, man. Like, they're both Lokis, but they play like very like two different like characters. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like she's like, to come in here and like just do her own thing was like amazing. Like, you know, I said episode 3 was the weakest, but honestly, you know, she stole the show for me the whole episode. You know, and she like. I just like her character, you know, like, we're still trying to figure out like her past and like details and stuff like that, but like, so far I like really like her character. I'm really like, you know, rocking with her character so far. For me, I loved this whole episode just seeing both of the Lokis interact, you know, because like Loki's character and his personality, like, he's always trying to like one up you know what I'm saying? And like, it's so funny seeing them like the whole episode like just trying to one up each other. You know, and then we finally see them have that moment where they was talking about the mom, you know, and I kind of got worried for a minute. You know, I kind of got worried that the whole episode was gonna be them just going back and forth, like trying to one up each other and like but like it was kind of actually interesting for me, and I kind of really liked that scene where they both like sat down, talked, and kind of like you know, reflect, like realize like, yo, we are like kind of the same person from a different universe, and like they were like questioning each other, like, so what about your mom? You know what I'm saying? And like that was like, you know, it was a nice, I think, moment for, you know, both of these characters. So yeah, I really like that scene. And I'm skipping ahead, but that scene for me like really stuck out just in all kind of ways, anything you want to say before? Because I'm already ahead of scene. I don't know if you like had some before that.
No, not really before that. But I did really like that scene too. It just showed a more a softer side to the two of them.
Yeah.
I think they're both obviously mistrusting of each other.
Yeah.
But that scene just really like, I think brought them closer in a different way that they even thought that they would have. And from Emergency Awesome, he was the one that kind of pointed out that that's actually his sister, Sylvie, daughter of Laufey, right?
Yeah.
So
the Frost Giant.
Yeah, so like what I was saying earlier is that they're very much Loki in that sense, but they're very different characters, and that's because they're not she's not technically Lady Loki the way I guess everybody was thinking she was, but I think she's just doing an amazing job with that character and going to the different emotions in the show too.
Yeah. You know what was weird for me? And like we're on this scene right now as we watch the playback. Too bad you guys can see it. But when the Lady Loki, what she likes to call Sylvie, she says she likes to be called Sylvie because I guess she rebranded herself or whatever the case is. I like how she like the scene where she tried to enchant him, and it's so funny to see like that he was like with it. Like he like usually Loki's like he's like whoa. But like she like tried to enchant him, and he was like, "Oh, I kind of want to see, Can
she do it?
Yeah, like that was like really like interesting to me. John said we got drunk Loki. Yeah,
it's my favorite Loki.
Loki was getting lit on the train, man. He was getting like way too lit. And you know what's like interesting to me? This is something that like popped up in my head like during this episode, right? So the TVA aren't able to just go there and like get these Lokis?
I don't think they know where they're at. And there's so many different things going on in the time. What's that called? The universe, whatever. The timeline.
Yeah.
That I don't even think they know that something's. Well, and this is an apocalypse too. Technically.
Yeah.
They don't know they don't detect any variants here.
Yeah. And it was funny like watching this back. Like I didn't even see. I forgot what's the judge lady's name.
Renslayer.
Yeah, Renslayer. She almost erased both of them. She was running to erase both of them, and Loki was the one that saved them and like sent them like wherever the hell they is.
Of all places. Too.
Yeah, of all
destroyed.
Yeah. So like I'm really curious to see, like, I mean, cause they have to get. I mean, we all know they're gonna get back, right? We know they're gonna get back, but like I honestly like don't see like no way out of this situation unless the TVA shows up with like a time portal or whatever. However they travel, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Cause so many things went crazy and went just haywire like this episode. But it was cool to like see them two work together. I'm gonna ask you this: do you think this is the first time that two Lokis have worked together? Like. And like any like timeline or any period, cause like they really like. It's so funny, like they don't hate each other, but it was funny like the comparison. They said love is hate and all that stuff
the
like
dagger,
that. Yeah, like they really like are really self-centered and like around like they really care about themselves, so much that they can't see like we're the same people, like we should work together.
You think she does too? Because she's very much talking about like the other. It's not about you. It's there's a bigger picture type of thing, and he's very self-centered. You think she has that tendency though, because they do come from the same lineage technically?
I think so. I think that's just the Loki character and the Loki trademark, honestly. John says Renslayer versus Lady Loki.
Ooh, who do you take in that fight?
I mean, Renslayer ain't showed that I ain't seen no skills. Lady Loki got the hands, you know what I'm saying? Lady Loki was kicking ass, she was. From the intro, you know what I'm saying? She was going ham. So I think Lady Loki will fucking destroy Renslayer just based on episode 3, based on watching this now. But she's a badass, man. Like the way she was handling people, just throwing like. It's so funny to see like Loki like fight and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of this stuff like it's just like really funny to see. And like I remember I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit, but when they was fighting at the the Ark place or whatever. Like Loki did some brand new shit that we've never seen him do. Like fucking building was gonna fall on top of him, and he
just
like
stopped
fucking
it.
You know, so like, are there like different Loki powers that we don't know about? I mean, because technically, honestly, like I feel like this whole episode they could have been using their powers a lot more.
That's true.
Like I don't understand why they weren't using their powers.
Well, does she have any other powers aside from enchantment?
We don't know. We don't know.
I mean, they must have the ability to like learn magic on the go because she's trying to tell him the concept of magic, and she's like, I taught myself.
Yeah.
So, but he's not gonna just learn how to hold a building midair, right? Like right in that moment.
Yeah.
It's just
maybe
crazy.
we're missing something. Y'all let us know if we're missing something. John W said that made her look so evil last
Lady
episode.
Loki, she did.
Yeah, they did make her look like really evil.
This episode really humanized her, like I said.
It really did.
She pulled all the different emotions for this episode.
Yeah. The scene with the old man was like really funny. The old man and like the woman.
Oh,
and Loki trying to fool her in the window. We're watching it right now.
That was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah.
That's not mine. Whatever his name is. He's like, you're as beautiful as. She's like, nope, that's not him.
Oh my god, that was probably one of the funniest scenes of the episode, man.
Patrice, that was his name.
But yeah, I'm really confused to like, why weren't they using their powers more? Especially like on a train scene. Like that, like, I feel like she could have definitely used her powers more to like just touch anybody and like just make them like do whatever. Cause like, I mean, you seen the second episode, right? She was in the warehouse just doing whatever. Like it was people picking out flowers and stuff and just like, you know.
But it was one by one. It's easier to control. They were in the middle of fighting. I'm assuming you can't do that many at once. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good point though. I did think they underutilized their powers more than they normally would. I mean, does he get more powers?
Well, Loki was drunk on the train.
That's true. You ever try to fight drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he didn't know what the hell he was doing on that train. He was going crazy.
He evil for that, John W.
That was funny. That was funny. But yeah, this episode, what I wish I would have seen more from this episode, and I'm sure we're gonna see it in episode 4. But you gotta think, y'all. We on episode 4 already. Damn. We on episode 4 already. This is crazy. I would have liked to see in this episode more of what's going on with the TVA. You know, because
maybe that's the next episode.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be at this point. Like, they have to show us what's going on with the TVA. Like, you know.
Well, they tease it with her saying, you know, they were all variants before. He's mind blown by that.
Yeah, but I'm referring to like what's going on with her, like putting all those time
where they're
resets.
at in the different points in time.
Yeah, like we didn't get any updates on like what's going on or like, you know,
That's
what happened.
True.
Like we didn't get any updates like at all. Like we got literally 0 updates. Like the only thing we seen from the TVA this episode was when she was trying to go and just
the very beginning of the episode.
Just knock out everybody. And even Owen wasn't even in this episode. We didn't see Owen.
That's right.
We didn't see Owen. And I understand, you know, like, because we're trying to build. And I get it. Like, they kind of did the same thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Where you kind of trying to, you know, showcase the new character and trying to develop them. But honestly, I mean, I feel like we've seen some. But we didn't get that much development from her character. As far as, like, her why. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this was mostly a Loki. Obviously, it's a Loki episode, but in him in the episode versus learning more about her, you learned a little bit about her that she knows she was adopted.
Yeah.
But it's like he says, he's like, I know, I feel like I've talked a lot about me. I know nothing about you, and she still gives him nothing. Yeah. We still don't know a whole lot about her. So she's just very mysterious in that way. But maybe in the next episode, it'll be more revealing about her and her why behind the TVA, and maybe that'll tie into it too. Mm-hmm. I would think that's how. I would think it would go with it. Yeah.
I think that was crazy. Just this whole episode, I forgot where they are. I forgot. Somebody in the chat let me know. Lemon where? Lamentus. Lamentus. All right. So they in the Lamentus this whole time. And I just want to say shout out to whoever designed like all this shit, man. Because like I said, visually this shit looks amazing. Mm-hmm. Visually, this looks great. Like the special effects was OP. The production quality was so great for like a show. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a show with this amount of production quality in a while. Like, even on the scene where they're like, you know, fighting and going crazy trying to get to the ark, like, it just looks so good. Like, it's just, man, Marvel, like, definitely spinning the bag on that, you know, that production value, man. You really, like, man, you really feel it. John said the scenery giving me Vormir vibes. It does look like Vormir, all purple and shit. It does. It really does. And what happened to Lady Loki's horn? Like, what the hell? I was wondering that the whole episode. Where the hell's the other horn?
I know Emergency Awesome said in the comics that was the design. He didn't say why. I don't know
Really?
what happened to it, but something must have happened. And I don't know why she has it too. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of history that I don't know that I'd have to look up. But
Yeah, because, like, what I want to know is, like, okay, so in the second episode, did she have both horns?
no, it was still the one.
It was just one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we got to know what the fuck happened to that horn. Did somebody, like, you know, clock upside the head? Like, you know, did her... I wonder, was Thor a girl in her universe? You know, because she was a girl.
Question.
You know?
I don't know.
That...
I was curious too during this scene, like when you're saying was Thor a girl in that universe? Is Loki bi?
Yeah, that's a great question, man. I had that in my notes as well, man.
Yeah.
Loki definitely gave off some bi vibes. I'm not gonna lie. He, I think this is the scene actually right here where they're talking about it. But, I don't know. You never seen Loki with any women, you know?
Or men.
I mean, or men, you know? Loki, you know, it's kind of crazy. I mean, he's been portrayed as a villain like this whole time. So he necessarily hasn't had time, I guess, to get like a love interest.
He's
or like
busy.
anything, you know? Yeah, yeah. He's been busy. Foggy Logic said, "Hey, what's going on?" John laughing, but yeah, I don't. Is he? I mean, it says he's gender fluid, you know.
Which I think is good that they're playing to that, but not so heavily
Yeah.
throwing it in your face. I
Yeah.
think it's important.
Yeah.
Marvel, you know, being up to date, kind of the way they were with race in Falcon Winter Soldier. I feel like they're doing that with this. You know.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I remember when they were getting on side of the arc, or not the arc, but the train. But there was a scene that we both caught, and when they were like yelling, like, "Oh, so only the wealthy can get on."
Yeah.
You know, and like, man, we talk about how like so many things like, you know, like parallel to like real life. Like, Marvel does not miss when it comes to
I sure don't.
like making these connections, man. Like, they really don't. Even in a crazy show, like just out of this world, like dealing with like multiverse and like talking clocks and stuff, like, you know, like they still find a way to like bring it home and ground it so everybody can understand, and like you just gotta appreciate that, man. John said, didn't he have women feeding him grapes in Asgard while he was pretending to be Odin? I said Odin. He did, but it was just a scene, and I think we're getting close to the scene, but y'all can't see it. But he was saying like
she was saying about was there any princesses or princes? And
Yeah.
he's like, no, neither one. Or something like that.
Yeah,
something along
yeah.
those lines. But implying it was two. And
Yeah.
also, if he's playing Odin, of course, would be expected to be with women. So,
yeah,
that kinda,
true.
you know.
That's definitely that's a good catch. I don't believe. Did you believe the postman story that she was saying?
No.
Like, I kind of believed it at first, but then I was like, all right, she's bullshitting. You know?
It just seems. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. You don't know with her. That's the mysterious part.
Yeah.
Was she just, you know, telling him that story to get him to open up? Maybe. But yeah, she was talking about must have been some would-be princesses or prince. And he's like, oh, a bit of both. I suspect the same as you. So he kind of confirms a little bit of both. I kind of, you know, princes and princesses.
Swinging both ways. Hey, man, Loki, do your thing, man. Like, redeem yourself and find yourself, man. That's all you got to do. And you know, I really like his development as a character too, because like he's so self-centered, and like I feel like for the first time, especially with this show, he's getting asked questions that nobody's ever asked him. Like, even she's asking him like about love and like his mom and stuff, and he's like, cause you know, usually he always has something to say, like a quick rebuttal. Yeah. But it's like you can see like with some of the questions she asked him, he's like, man,
This is probably the first time somebody's actually cared enough to sit and ask him questions.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Thor was walking around Asgard, you know, asking him questions, trying to get to know his brother, you know, or probably anybody else that we ever saw, really.
Yeah.
This is the first time he hasn't been on guard trying to, you know, run from the Avengers or whatever.
Survival mode.
Survival mode, and he actually gets to sit and have a conversation, and she's asking him questions, and he's like, "Well, that's a good point. Like, let me think about that. Let me, you know, talking about his mom. That was the first time I learned his mom taught him magic. That's awesome." But I mean, maybe he got drunk because she's actually touching on some nerves. You know, making him think about some things. Because otherwise, why does he really get drunk? Because he knows the world's ending technically. So live his life, I guess. But I mean, it could be she was touching some nerves. Also, he has a great voice. I didn't know he could sing.
Me neither.
It's pretty good.
Loki got the vocals.
Yeah.
Loki definitely got the vocals, man. John said, "Did y'all catch the callback when Loki was in the train and smashed the glass?" Yeah, I caught that. I immediately was like, "Oh man!" And that's how Thor said they do in Asgard. They just slam stuff on the ground. More, you know, just slamming shit.
Oh, funny.
But it did. I mean, did this episode seem very short to you? Like,
it did seem very short. I mean, I feel like these scenes were a little long. Like, did he need to sing that entire time? No, I'd rather learn some more information. But, I mean, was it entertaining? Yeah. I mean, it was entertaining. And it got some action at the end. Then I was like, ooh. And then it just ends right in the middle of the action. Like, the ship gets, you know, hit with a meteor or whatever it was. And they're like, oh, shit. And then she's just walking away. And that's how it ends. Which, great. It's a cliffhanger. I get that. But, damn. Damn.
Yeah.
After such a filler episode that didn't have a whole lot of action or a whole lot to offer aside from their character development together, it was a little disappointing.
Yeah. To see like everything crash and burn, even as they try to like go to the ark, like that end scene where everybody looking like that looked so sad. I ain't gonna lie, cause like you know, everybody stopped fighting and stopped arguing, and they all like realized like
this is it.
We all fucked, you know.
It's like what I told you during the episode. I'm like, how scary would that be if that's actually happening? Like we're all watching our own demise. It's like John W said in the comments. That ending though, it's true because you put yourself in that situation. Just watching, you know, a planet or a meteor or whatever crash into you, and you're like, well, this is it. This is the end. You know. It's yeah. I mean, they made it look really believable. Really, you know, you felt the emotions for it because it just looked like such a huge meteor coming at you. I don't know. It felt like I was in the episode, kind of, but maybe I just got very invested into it. Marvel doing its thing.
See, Loki can teach us, you know, a thing or two about, you know, what's going on in the real world. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's so much shit going on.
Yeah.
So much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't take a meteor or some crazy shit crashing, landing on Earth or Lemonodimus, wherever they is. Lamentus. It should take that for us to realize, like, yo, we all in this together. We all in this together at the end of the day, man. But, you know, it's sad, but you know, this like I said, this show kind of like with all these concepts and like just, you know, like just out of this world stuff, it kind of shows what would probably happen if like we went on some like, yo, we only got 24 hours to live type, you know?
Yeah, the government would let the rich live.
Exactly. Would the wealthy get on the train first? We know they would. Yes. Will we all be like, damn, I should have called my brother? Or I should have talked to my sister. Or I should have fed my cat. You know? We all go be standing there looking like, oh, man, like this is it. But it shouldn't take a meteor crashing. Or some life crazy stuff, you know? For us to just unite as people and be like, yo, I love you, man. But back to the Loki episode, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to turn this to I don't want to turn this to a Who is Chef Willie video, you know. But yeah, man, just I don't know, man. Just the ending for me, I feel like they could have added on some more, man. Cause we was looking at the time, man. This was only 40 minutes. You cannot give us back-to-back 50-minute episodes and then give us the 40 minutes. This is not WandaVision. Come on, Loki.
Yeah.
Like, come on. even Falcon and Winter Soldier, they kept it consistent. Like whatever they gave us, that was like, you know, that was what it was throughout the whole series.
Do you think they're doing it because they were? It's like I was telling you during the episode. They were able. This one feels so much more fleshed out and like well written and well thought out and such a complex story that you, like you said, you had to rewatch these multiple times just to understand and make sure you don't miss anything. Do you think it's because they're gonna give us a bigger payoff, maybe with like an hour episode, hour 20, maybe as the finale?
I mean, so far I've been disappointed.
With how long
No, with just expecting like a 2-hour movie at the end, of all these series. Yeah. Like, Marv, if you want to do that, like, go ahead. No, I'm not complaining. We're watching. It's not Justice League. We'll watch.
Yeah.
But we sit here and dissect these episodes week after week. But what happens, when episode 6 comes out of like all these series? We're like, man, that's why that happened.
Yeah.
That's why that made sense.
There's always a payoff.
That's why. But like I said, for this episode, it was just, like I said, I really like the duo of these two Lokis, man. I like the duo of these two Lokis. Like, to me, she seems like the dominant Loki, even though Loki has been, like, established, like, this whole time. Yeah. She's, like, very, like, she's playing her Loki role like she's been the part of the MCU for, like, like, she's killing this Loki role, like, for her version, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really, like, stoked and excited to see what they do with her character. I hope they don't do her, like, old girl. What was old girl name on Falcon and Winter Soldier? They got killed off. Carly. Yeah. I hope Lady Loki don't get killed off, man. Like Carly, cause she's definitely like doing her thing, and like from what I'm hearing, man, like we definitely from what I'm hearing, we finna get some more like different Lokis, So I'm definitely excited about that. But there is one prediction that hasn't like happened yet that I'm surprised hasn't happened, and I don't know if it's gonna happen, honestly.
What's that?
But before we get into that prediction,
oh my god,
we'll go into the chat right quick. John says facts. Aaliyah says, thought the episode was very entertaining and interesting, but now she is. These TV shows have always been about character. I think people are expecting too much and rather it be a setup for movies. Ooh. What? Aaliyah comes back and says, oops, meant to say, thought the episode was entertaining. I didn't think Sylvie would be entertaining, but now she is. She is.
That's what I said at the end of the second episode. I'm like, she doesn't look like a great character. Like, she just kind of looked bland. But I said that about John Walker.
We said the same thing.
Yes, yeah. And he ended up being your favorite character, and I'm really loving her character now. So I feel like, it's like I've told you before, Marvel doesn't miss with their casting. I didn't think they were going to miss that bad with her, but they've done a really good job with her because she's been a surprise character. And she's right. I think Aaliyah is right. It's just these shows we are expecting Marvel movies, and they're more for character development, giving you the backstory as to why things are the way that they are. Which, and I don't think it's bad. I mean, I still think we're getting action here, especially at the end of this with the arc. But I do think it's more for character development and telling the story. Do we want more? Of course, but it's a good point.
I think that one thing I will say. Well, Marvel has done really well with these 3 shows. Like, really like how Aaliyah was saying earlier. Just the character development, it's been really, really strong.
Yeah.
Like, Falcon and Winter Soldier did so much for Sam and Bucky. Like, whew. Before Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, and I know this is the Loki, reaction. But I got to go back to Falcon and Winter Soldier because that was my favorite. Before Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sam and Bucky was just like side characters, like, yo, we need you to fulfill for a mission. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that show really dove into the character development of both characters. Not one, but both characters, and did it really, really good. And we got Dance to Zemo out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, that was, like, I'm hoping. I mean, we see it right now with Loki and like the new girl, Lady Loki. Like Marvel is done like really, really well with these characters and like just really like develop them. Like I just have to say that and get that out, man. But
they really have.
Let me see. John said, I thought she was gonna see the timekeepers in the beginning.
Oh my god, I did too.
I thought she was too. I thought she was gonna pull up on him. I'm like, damn, Lady Loki don't play no games.
Already? No.
Aaliyah said, couldn't care less about Sam, Bucky, Vision, or Wanda during the movies, but the minute they got their shows, I was hooked.
Thank you. I mean, I liked Wanda during Avengers. I've always liked Wanda.
Yeah.
But the others, I was like, oh, okay, they're cool, but they're there. Then I liked Falcon just because I like him in other movies before Avengers. But man, after the shows, it's like a new love for them. And I know they're probably going to be the main ones because, you know, Steve is gone, Iron Man's gone, R.I.P.
Yeah.
But it's just, they're doing, this was whoever came up with the idea to do shows, I don't know how long it's been in the making, whether it's like, you know, they just came up with it 2 years ago or 10 years ago that this was planned. Whoever decided to do shows to develop the characters of the smaller characters within the Avengers was a brilliant idea because it just made you love these characters even more when I feel like Marvel could have been on the brink of losing people because everybody loves Iron Man, everybody loves Captain America, and it's like now that those two are gone, it's like, okay, Bucky's okay, Falcon's okay, Ant-Man, yeah, all right. But these shows, you know, are allowing you to kind of see deeper into those characters and see how strong they are as characters on their own without Iron Man, without Captain America, you know? Without
Thor, without Hulk, you know?
I mean, even sadly without Black Panther, you know? He was a big character too, even though it was only short-lived, you know? But I agree with Aaliyah. These shows are just doing a great job of making you love even more about their characters.
John says Sam was useless in Infinity War. Now he's the captain. Hey, that's facts.
He was kind of useless.
He
could fly. And that was, you know, that's cool.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like Marvel has done a really great, swell job of like just really like fleshing these characters out. Like it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing to just watch and see. Like, and this is what we're talking about right here. Well, y'all can't see it, but Loki uses his magical telekinesis mind powers to like just move a whole building. My question is, like, why you can't do the same thing for, like, or the rocket ship that exploded, or the Ark, or whatever. But, I don't know. But something that we did brush over, as this episode is ending, was the variant reveal.
Oh my god, we didn't brush over that. We just saved it for the last.
So, go on, say your thoughts about that. Go on, say because you said
I called that last week.
Yeah,
I was so excited about that because I was like, oh shit, that's like I actually called that. But because Mobius, he was just too much like, oh, the 90s, the jet ski, like all of his stuff. I feel like he is either very naive or he has to already know that or understand that he was a variant beforehand. And maybe that's why he sees the good in Loki, because maybe he was very similar to him. And he just understands that, well, I'm, you know, at the mercy of the TVA and I don't really have a choice to be able to go back and do the jet ski thing or whatever. But I mean, that was a cool reveal, and it's just, it puts everything into perspective. Like, are these people all being mind controlled? You know, was their memories just erased? Because Loki's isn't. Technically, yes, he's a variant, but what are they going to do, erase his memory? Yeah. You know?
So do you think Mobius knows he's a variant?
That's what I don't know. I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you guys in the chat, let us know in the chat, do y'all think Mobius knows that he's a variant? Because apparently Lady Loki, she, you know, dropped the bomb. She even like blew Loki's head off. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They weren't created by the TVA? You know what's really crazy? Y'all want to hear something crazy? When I'm watching this show and I'm seeing them like walk and talk, like I am really getting like, you know, super religion vibes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because watching this show is literally like, you know, seeing somebody meet somebody that's exactly like them and they start to bond and connect, and then, you know, that person tells them like, oh, so you believe in that? Like, you didn't know like this? And then they're like, what? Are you kidding me? Because they're mad because they really believed in like what they've been told, and then like somebody else comes along that's like, you know, more knowledgeable and like just deep in the game, you know, just come and tell them like, yo, like, what the, like, no, this ain't how it go. Like, cause you see his face right now, y'all can't see his face, but he's like, like he just fucking.
He's like, they don't know that?
Like he just learned like the secret revelation of life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my thought on the variant theory. Man, I don't know, man. Honestly, my mind is like all over the place because like if they're variants, then like who told them that they were like who like we got to see who's behind like all this like stuff, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if Mobius loves jet skis because he has a memory of it but doesn't know why. Like he doesn't understand, like, because it's so random, a damn jet ski. I wonder if he just has that memory of it and it's there and he doesn't really know why, and maybe he questions the timekeepers and why they, you know, the TVA and all that, because he's not, I don't think he is fully bought in. I think he's there. I think he's doing his job and saying, well, they created me, I'm here, and I believe in it. But I think he's just doing it to convince Loki of that. But I do think there's something more going on where he either has memories of him on a jet ski or he loves jet skis and doesn't know why, can't explain why. Or maybe he's completely oblivious to it, but I doubt that. I doubt it. He just seems like he knows more of what's going on.
You think so?
I think so.
John says,
Y'all see that blast?
Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier. Aaliyah said, I bet you the last thing Morbius did before he was taken, he was riding a jet ski. That could be true.
Yeah. That
could be true. So do you guys think Renslayer knows like what's going on?
I feel like I was reading a fan theory that the timekeepers aren't really in charge. Renslayer is the one that's really in charge because she's the one calling all the shots. Really, she decides who gets. You know, what is it? It's not deleted. What's it called? Whatever it is, I can't think of the name of it. But she decides who gets to go, who gets to stay. She's literally in charge of Mobius and all her other agents. You know, she never really has to go to the timekeepers for approval. Mobius comes to her. Yeah. She decides, and she's like, well, if it doesn't work out, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. But at the very least, she's the one making that decision. So, I don't know. I think she's the power behind it all for now.
I'm going to address some of the chats before I say what I think. Aaliyah says, maybe either he doesn't know and will team up with Loki, or he knew all along and is the villain. Ooh. Hopefully he teams up with Loki. I love to see them stick around.
I love his character. I hope he does.
Facts, Aaliyah, facts. John says Lady Loki could possibly free them from her magic. They could. Renslayer definitely knows something because she immediately ran to protect the timekeepers.
That's true.
Since we're talking about Renslayer, I'm glad y'all talking about that right now. This is I'm so glad y'all brought that up. Being that we know that we have 3 episodes left?
3.
Is it too late to like kind of like try to figure out what's going on with like Renslayer? Like, do you think we're gonna get like a background, like a, you know, like a?
You have to, because she ties in with the timekeepers and the TVA. So whenever they do their explanation of that whole thing, I feel like she's gonna be a part of it. She has to be. I think she's too big of a character to not really have a background and to just be like an extra character.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, cause like so far we haven't seen her answer to anybody. We haven't seen Renslayer answer to anybody.
Yeah.
And like, you know, even when like Mobius was asking him, like, so how are the timekeepers? You know, the good old. She's kind of like, I ain't talking. You know.
They're busy.
Yeah, so it's like, is Renslayer the big bad? Is Renslayer Sharon? Is she the Sharon?
Sus Ren.
Is Sus Ren the Sharon? She gotta be, man. I mean, I don't know, bitch. Y'all know how Marvel do with these like misdirects and stuff like that, but it's just I honestly don't know where they're gonna go with this show, man. Because with episode 3 how it ended, they're stuck. You know, they have no way to get back home.
Yeah.
They're gonna die. You know, they're not gonna die, but y'all know how the endings be. But we still got. Do we have more Lokis to see? You know.
Well, there's supposed to be a child Loki, and then there's supposed to be I can't remember what the other Loki is. Oh my god, I can't think of him right now. But there's another one that's been in the previews, like in the trailers.
Yeah.
So there's still 2 more Lokis at least that we're supposed to see. So there's a lot of story left.
Because this is what I'm saying. Because like we're at the midpoint of the series. Like, so can you introduce
President
another
Loki? Thank you. Sorry.
President? What you mean?
No, he said President Loki. That
Oh,
was the one
President
I
Loki.
couldn't think of. Thank you, John.
We're in the middle of the series. Like, is it too late to see like new Lokis? Like, you know, could this Loki be there, like acting as a president of like, you know, we don't know.
I think it might be like a flyby, like if they're going to different timelines and stuff. But they're not. I don't think it's gonna be another important Loki like her, like Sylvie.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be like when he sees Kid Loki, he's probably gonna like reflect and see some of the things he saw. It's like the way, you know, we're supposed to look back at how we were raised and how that impacts us now, and kind of grow and heal from that. So, you know, all of that type of thing. I feel like he's gonna go through that same type of process and transformation. He's going to go to different time periods. He's going to see himself as a kid and see the things that he went through and dealt with, you know, and kind of it's going to make him more compassionate and make him learn from it. And I think that's going to be the arc of the whole story, is that he's just going to learn compassion and learn what real love is and learn all these different things about himself aside from just himself, because all he knows is himself. You know, he's very self-centered and egotistic in that sense. I think that's the only, not the only purpose, but I think that's the main purpose of these other Lokis are going to serve for him for the rest of the episode. Just my 2 cents.
That's a great. Because honestly, I don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where it's gonna go. I feel like the timekeepers are gonna have to show up and get them out of the situation.
They do, and Aaliyah said Renslayer could be the timekeepers because why hasn't Mobius even met them yet? And he's like the most senior agent.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't even have time to say hey to him, you know? That's crazy to me. She also said, in the trailer, a broken building looked like the Avengers Tower, so probably President Loki if he succeeded in the first Avengers. Oh. I wonder if Loki thinks Thor is dead. The last thing he saw in his file was Thor laying over him while the planet ship exploded. Ooh, you think we could see a Thor cameo?
I don't know. You know, I'm going to give it a strong no. You know why? As much as I would love to see Thor show up in the series, this series is all about Loki.
It is.
You know, because Loki has been Thor's technically sidekick, you know, through the whole MCU, the Marvel Universe.
That's true.
So just like how Falcon and Winter Soldier, they didn't show Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
because if you bring in a character if you bring in an Avenger level character, that kind of like overshadows like everything that happened in the season. You know,
right.
And looking back, you know, like maybe the WandaVision thing kind of went pretty good, like. You know, that, because, you know, apparently, what's his name? Dr. Strange was supposed to show up at the end of WandaVision.
Oh, Benedict, yeah.
But if he did, would people forget about, like, the whole stuff Wanda went through and be like, oh, it's Dr. Strange, you know? Like, you know?
That's true. I wonder if that's why they pulled it. It would have been the only one with an Avenger cameo, and they didn't really get to write and flesh it out the way that they really wanted to for that show. Mm-hmm. So they figured, why even keep it in? You know, why keep him in that show?
Yeah. Because Rhodey showed up in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, he's an Avenger, but he wasn't somebody that's, you know, go take away from, like, everything, you know.
Yeah, he's like a baby Avenger.
So, I don't know if Thor will show up. I don't think,
point,
honestly, I don't think we're going to see Thor until the next Thor movie, honestly. That's just my take. I don't think we'll see Chris here. Maybe. Would it be cool? Yeah. But it would be cool if we seen somebody from like the Thor universe show up in the show, but like nobody really fucks with Loki in the Thor universe, you know? Like,
yeah, they had highlights of his mom.
Yeah.
Just kind of going back, but that's about it.
Yeah, only his mom really fucks with him. If you watch like any of the Thor movies, like everybody hates Loki. They're like, man, he's up to something. He's manipulative. He's evil. You know, like
Mischief.
So he don't really have any friends. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know who can y'all see showing up as a cameo for this show? Because my prediction was that a cameo would show up by, you know, the second episode, but it's the third episode, and we only have a cameo. I don't know, how can you cameo? I mean, I know how you could cameo in this. Like, they just go to one of the timelines that they fucked up and just show, you know. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna go to a timeline where we see some familiar faces. I think so. I think they're gonna do that.
Technically, they have done that, haven't they? With RDJ and when they were taking it, and Thor goes like stairs, and he knocks the Tesseract. I mean, technically.
Well, yeah. So technically, Thor, Captain America, they already showed up in this show. We already seen the cameos. Mind blown.
Oh god.
Mind blown. We already seen the cameos. Wow.
You're welcome.
Mind blown. John says a Thor variant, possibly. I don't know. I don't think we will see him. I just don't think so. I don't know how he would tie into this unless they went back to a different timeline. Because like, if you think about it now, like Loki is in a whole different like, universe from everybody else in the MCU right now.
That's true.
Like Wanda is in her cabin, crafting up spells and shit, trying to bring people back from a dimension. We don't know where the fuck she at. Sam and Bucky, they drinking beers in New Orleans and chilling, at the boat. Spider-Man running from the police because he killed, what was his name? Mysterio, allegedly. But Loki is literally like in a whole different, like higher, like fucking like. Loki is in like. He's almost like God level, like where he is. You know what I'm saying? Because like, if the TVA are the ones that control time, you know what I'm saying? They see what's going on in all these universes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true.
So even when we watch these movies that's coming out, like technically, like the TVA is kind of like. I mean, well. It depends on like how this turns out and how this ends, honestly. But like according to this show, anything that we've been watching, the TVA has been like just looking. They've been watching too, and just
really.
Yeah, they've been because remember their job is to fix stuff that's not supposed to happen,
Right.
So Loki, escaping his death, inevitably.
Yeah, that was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, so that's why they was about to erase him, but then that's when Owen Wilson was like, nah, I need him.
Yeah, that's a good point because that's technically, isn't that what Sylvie is? She's from an alternate timeline where she was adopted instead of Loki. Odin adopts her, a girl version of him, and adopts her, and she lives out her life.
Yeah.
But the timekeepers went back and erased that because
she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, they basically said, we don't want that to happen. That doesn't happen. That's not going to.
You don't escape. What's supposed to happen to you.
Your existence doesn't happen, essentially. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. We have to get her backstory in order to understand things more. So that's I know that has to come in the next couple episodes. But I mean, that's her why, kind of. She wants to exist. She wants to see a world where she, lives.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of interesting. I kind of want to see like. Now that you bring that up, you bring up a great point. I really want to see.
As I normally do.
You're right. I really want to see what happened to her, right? Mm-hmm. And I also, because this show has to do that now. Like, we need to like get a complete like fill out on her backstory.
Yeah.
Like, did the TVA capture her and try to do the same thing?
Oh yeah, try to turn her into a worker like Mobius and like Loki.
Yeah, we need to see where she died, and we need to see where she was supposed to die but escaped.
Ooh, that'll be a good scene, depending on. Yeah.
Because the only reason Loki escaped is because the Avengers went back in time, and he seen that as an opportunity to like dip. So what happened in this? What happened in her timeline that made her?
Be able to figure out.
Did the exact same thing happen?
That's true. Because, I mean, he was, like you said, he was able to do it because the Tesseract fell right in front of him. Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on where she was or who she was around, I mean, did somebody, like, have a Tesseract, like a similar type of either Infinity Stone or whatever, like the Tesseract, that happened? That she was able to jump time like that? That's a great point. How did she get here to this point,
Yeah, because, like, she's been ahead of the TVA this whole time, Yeah. So she had to know, that's what I'm saying. We gotta know more about this Lady Loki, man. Because, like, how was she able to be ahead of the TVA? you know.
Well, she said this plan was years in the making. You've messed up a plan that was years in the making. So it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Has she been invading them all this time? Like, how long have they really been looking for her? And Loki just happened to show up in this, obviously in the show, but he just happened to show up to be able to help them track her down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they haven't caught her for years.
Yeah.
See,
we bringing up a lot of important questions that need answers. So what we're hoping for really is that it doesn't end up like some WandaVision shit and they try to rush it at the end and explain. Like, no, we need to see everything that happened because y'all building this super complex, like, it's not complex, it's easy to understand, but it's like...
It's an intricate story.
Yeah, So, I gotta give, props to the writers.
Oh.
Because to write some intricate shit like this, and then to have somebody, execute it for us to see it, bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo, because I couldn't write this shit to save my life.
Right.
He escapes from this timeline, but then, we have another Loki that's dizzy, but then, no, I couldn't do it. That's some talent right there, man. So, I'm really hoping we don't get, cause I'm really loving her character right now. But I'm really hoping we don't get some cheesy explanation on she just, she found her Tesseract too, and she teleported, and then, she was caught by the TVA. I mean that could be an easy explainer. She was in his shoes before.
True.
But being that she was in his shoes before, I don't know if they would trust another Loki. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Because it's something that Owen Wilson seen in this variant that made him say, nah, I need this guy. I think he can help us catch. Because they were referring to this lady Loki as him. Technically, they haven't even seen her. Only Renslayer has seen her.
That's true. Because they all assumed it was male.
Yeah. Because most of the Lokis
Even
that they
Loki
showed
did.
were male. You know? There was no female Loki shown at all.
Huh. I didn't even think of that until now.
You know what I'm wondering? Did they kill all the other Lokis?
Capture, maybe kill? I don't know.
They just erase them?
Yeah, they probably, whatever that's called. I can't think of the word for it right now. But yeah, they had to have.
Wow.
I wonder if Mobius, in the first episode where they're doing the interrogation type of thing, and he basically shows them that he was the reason his mom died and all of this. He saw the emotion in him and the compassion, and saw that as like a shining light type of thing. Okay, there's a good person in there. I can bring him out. Because it's Renslayer tells Mobius in the first or second episode, whatever it is, he's you have a weak spot for not bad people, whatever it is, wounded people or something like that. And I think that's what it is. I think Mobius sees a lot of himself in Loki for whatever reason, whatever his backstory is. I think he sees a lot of it in Loki and is just trying to, he told him, he's you're either a scared little boy that I felt bad for, that was left out in the cold, or I'll tell you whatever I want to get what I need done to capture this guy. You get to decide. So I think he really does care for Loki, and he really does, like I said, see something in him.
This is turning out to be a really intricate show. And Tom Hiddleston, I guess, said episode 4 is gonna be I guess even bigger, fucking mindfuck. But kudos to the whole Marvel team giving us this thing to talk about late night at 1:51 a.m. Kudos to Marvel for like I said, just bringing us this high quality, piece of I don't even want to know. I don't want to call this a show. This is art. This is art. This is moving art with magic and time travel and all kinds of other shit. And it's just really a beauty in the thing to see. And I'm just excited. I'm excited. I honestly think though, because so we got 3 episodes left, right? So that's 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Does Black Widow come out in between?
July 9th, I believe.
So is that are we gonna see look up your calendar? Is Black Widow coming out on the last week of the last Loki episode?
Oh, I see what you're asking. So there's 1, 2. Oh. Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
Marvel. I see it, Marvel. I see it. I see what you guys are doing, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I see what you guys are doing. Marvel has really laid out this like really great plan and solid foundation with their movies. Because for y'all that don't know, this is gonna be the first Marvel movie we've seen, I think, since
Endgame.
no, Spider-Man. Spider-Man came out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But this is gonna be the first Marvel movie we've seen in a long time. You know, we've been getting we've been getting Marvel content. You know, thank God. But this is gonna be the first Marvel movie that we've seen in a while. Do I think it's connected to Loki? No, probably not. I mean, I would be shocked. I would be really shocked if this movie had anything to do with the Black Widow movie.
It was supposed to come out way before Loki, though.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
Black Widow was supposed to come out last year, but the pandemic happened. But I don't know. You never know Marvel, man. For them to be releasing this the same week as like the Loki finale.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of like.
It's either episode 5 or the finale. I'm not 100% sure.
That it's Marvel's lining these things up.
Episode 5.
And the whole July literally is cleared out for Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know? And then in August, what we get? The what ifs.
The what ifs.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So Marvel is lining this stuff up like really strategically and like really, really good. Because what happens when what if is over? Oh. Shang-Chi. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Then we get in the you know? So it's like, man, the stories that they like really planning, like you gotta get them like they props. You gotta get them kudos, man, because they are really like developing something like even like just crazy. Like because we're watching this and then we got to have to take on like Eternals and stuff like that. Like, you know, like who's really in control? Who's really in control? For 10 plus years we thought it was the Infinity Stones and Thanos.
Couple marbles.
Yeah. Now they marbles. Now we got the TVA saying, oh, we've been the boss this whole time.
Yeah.
And then we got the Eternal saying, oh, we've been here since dinosaurs was even before getting thought of. Like, who's really in control? That's what Marvel wants you to ask. Marvel wants you to ask these questions. Who's really in control? You know? Paul Loco, what's up, man? He said, M got me thinking Mobius and Odin variant. He felt bad for an ice run and wanted to help raise him to be better.
Did Odin call Loki a ice run?
Did he?
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
In the movies, I don't remember, but
I don't know.
That would be what a twist that would be if Odin comes out in this and the cameo is Idris Elba.
Oh man, that'd be a cool cameo.
That would.
M got me thinking Mobius is older. That ties into what we were saying earlier. Like, do these people know that they're variants? Cause one dude even never heard of a fish before.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Dude. That's true.
Like the dude was like,
left my desk.
The dude was like, "What's a fish?" Like I never, you know.
They had to have erased memories.
They had to do. It's something going on with Renslayer and these timekeepers, man. Because like, the people at the TVA really think they're like, you know.
They were born there. They were created by the TVA.
Yeah.
But I mean, her going into that girl's margaritas and background and all that, like digging into her memories like that. I wonder that'll be interesting if they have that. I think her name was C20, the girl that she goes into her memories. I wonder if they bring her to be a bigger character. Like she's gonna be like, oh my god, this girl was there with me, and I remember having margaritas with her. I was there, and I was on Earth. It was before the TVA. Like, I wonder if she's gonna come back when everything. Well, I don't know if nothing's gonna settle down at the TVA because they're all the timekeepers are out there trying to figure out that. But I mean, they could have had her be a bigger character in that sense. I don't know if they will, but maybe we see her with Renslayer. That would be kind of interesting if she goes to Renslayer and like tells her all these things and tries to tell her like I'm gonna tell everybody that I was blah blah blah. Yeah. And Renslayer's like, gone.
Like shut up.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Wouldn't that be a twist?
Yeah, Renslayer is really sus, man. I ain't gonna lie. She's really sus. We gotta figure out what's going on with her. She's definitely the Sharon. You know, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, you know, I was kind of letting Sharon off the hook because y'all was really on her hard. Like, y'all was like, man, Sharon, there's something up with Sharon. Y'all was like, Sharon is suspect as fuck. I was like, I don't know, man. You know, it's just Sharon. But fool me once, nah. You fooled me, Marvel. You ain't fooling me twice with Renslayer. I know there's something up with Renslayer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's just so like, you know, just about everything. She's like, this is how it goes, and like, don't ask me questions. Just do what I say. You know, she has like that like attitude and like mindset, like that mentality. You know, and I don't know. I don't know. I just we need more. We need more. We need more. Episode 4 needs to give us more. They need to give us like a bigger cliffhanger. They need to give us something, you know, to really like, you know, like really hang on, like really crave. Because I'm not gonna lie. So far, and we about to wrap up the stream, but so far, the best episode, and I hate going back, but the best episode that I've seen so far on Disney Plus from all these shows has to be that Falcon and Winter Soldier episode with the
Domelaje?
Yeah, was that the same one where he was spoiler alert for Falcon and Winter Soldier? If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But when he was chasing down the guy at the end and they killed his friend, John Walker.
Oh, that was, you mean the public where the social media and it goes viral that he kills the civilian? That was a great episode.
Oh my! Thinking about that scene still gives me the fucking like. This man went crazy, you know, like. So I don't know if we gonna get that moment from Loki where, you know, your mouth is open and you like, you know, I don't know. I'm hoping so because, like, you know, Marvel has had all the time in the world to shoot this show, like, with no excuses. So it's like, I'm pretty sure we'll get some, like, revealing, like, jaw-dropping information. You know, I think I'm just feeling myself getting a little worried because we got 4 episodes left. Thanks, Alfred. We got 4 episodes. Well, no, we got 3 episodes left. And, like, there's so many fucking questions. There's so many questions.
There is, and I mean, could that moment come from maybe like Mobius dying and Loki having to see him die, and it's like that moment? I don't know. I feel like they could do something like that. This has been like the most hype show. Everybody says this is like the best one of the 3. I really don't think it's gonna let us down. It's just it's taking a long time to build it up.
It really is.
Is what I think's happening.
It really is.
You know.
John said the ending will be jaw dropping. I think, bro. It has to be, bro.
Yeah.
This is like the third show, and like this is the show that was able to actually shoot all the episodes the way they wanted to. You know, no changing, no reshoots, none of that stuff. So like, I mean, I'm stoked. You know, I think they got it in them, but to see that this only has 6 episodes and we're on the 3rd episode and like we still don't know much about like some of like the core characters. And like just a lot, I really hate when the show starts off really good, but you know it's ending, and they have to kind of rush and like okay, Renslayer is from this. I get tired of fucking character, you know, background whole episodes. You know, I like to see a little mix of like everything each episode, you know. I like to see a continue of the story, like as far as like everybody. Like because like with episode 3, we really just got to see both Lokis. You know what I'm saying? We're getting their story, we're getting their duo, you know, like which is great. Like I love them both together. But there's so many other things to be like talked about and like, you know, like they're doing a great job. Like they're doing a great job. I just don't want to go into the 4th, 5th. I don't want to go into the 4th or the 5th episode, and I don't know what's going on with Renslayer. You know.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go into the 4th episode and they introducing a new character that's gonna be like, you know, like because there's so much like I feel like they gotta cover it within these next 3 episodes, man. Especially if this is leading into the next movies.
Yeah, if it's setting up Strange, it's setting up Doctor Strange, it's setting up Spider-Man and all of those. It has to. I feel like it's just gonna. The last 3 episodes are gonna be amazing. The first 3 kind of set everything up because you have to understand everything.
Yeah,
it's not an easy concept. Like they needed Miss Minutes to understand to help you understand all of that. They needed to help you figure out why she's able to do what she's doing, which is hiding in the apocalypses and how that even works, how she's even able to do that.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to have episodes like these, I feel like, where they're explaining things to you.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to get pissed off that, oh my God, how'd they do that? That's not even real. When it's like, oh, okay, she stole all, it's been 10 years in the making or however long she's been doing this plan. She re-rigged them, did all of this stuff. That's how all of this is happening. It screwed up the timeline. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it was a long explanation. It was a 3-episode long explanation of how this is all happening, who their characters are, why he's a variant, who she is. I feel like there's just a lot of things that they needed to answer first. And now the action's going to start in like 4, 5, 6. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, man, I really expect the second half of Loki to go fucking crazy. Like, I think the second half of this, like, because we're already at the halfway point. It's crazy. It's like we just started this, you know what I'm saying? But I think the second half has to really finish out really super strong. Really super strong.
Agree.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, like that, I feel like they executed that, like, really, really well. Because, the first 3 episodes, I mean, like, I gotta go back and watch that series. I'm always talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it's like, man, like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I don't want to keep talking about that series because we're on a Loki series, but it's just like the way they did it was so fucking like, oh my God, great. Because by episode 3 with Falcon and Winter Soldier, we already had Zemo dancing in the club and like like and the story was it was
moving along, but it was an easier story to tell.
Yeah, true.
Much easier story because you already knew these characters, and yes, we know Loki, but do we really know Loki?
No,
do we
don't.
have his background?
He don't know himself.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it was an easier story for Falcon and Winter Soldier to tell. You just throw in some action, throw in some heartwarming moments. I mean, it was an easy series.
Yeah.
Easy to love it, because we did.
Yeah.
But I feel like Loki just needed a little bit more explaining to start, and then it's just gonna be like a roller coaster now.
Yeah. I hope they finish out strong, man. Cause like I feel like right now, our primary scenes are, either at the TVA or through one of these like timelines or universes or whatever. So I'm really, curious to see where they go. I mean, of course, like we're gonna get answers, about the TVA and stuff like that. But this next episode, I really want to know more about the TVA.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the TVA and like go into some places we never seen. Like I want to see some ancient scroll. I need to see like I need to see something from these motherfuckers because like we really haven't gotten really anything more about. I mean we've been getting like details about like who they are, what they do and stuff like that. But and Lady Loki was about to go in there and go crazy, but I don't know. I think we need some more. We need some. It's coming. I know it's coming, but I'm just impatient, guys, because y'all know I like to just really just see it all, But I just need more. Like with that 3rd episode, I needed a post-credit scene. I need something that's gonna carry me the next week and be like, oh my God, I can't believe But just the 3rd episode for me, it didn't do that. I just seen that they were stuck. I'm like, okay, I can wait till next week.
Are you gonna watch next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch next week. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It carried you. It did its job.
It did, but it didn't give me that feeling like fuck. I gotta like Google shit. I gotta like the episode that happened for me in WandaVision a lot. Honestly, like at the end of every WandaVision, I was like, fuck, I can't wait for the next week because I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this has got my attention. And WandaVision had like, they had Darcy, they had, like, I'm trying not to compare the shows. I'm really not trying to compare the shows, but this show is really doing good on its own, creating its own new thing. Like I think I just want to see more. I love everything that they've been doing, but I think I just want to see like I want to see something like twist and turn my heart and like really just make me like, you know. And I haven't seen that yet. I don't think so.
Well, like Paul Loco said, Tom Hiddleston said episode 4 and 5 are his favorite and they're the best to him. So for Tom to say that, that's got to be pretty incredible. I bet you he like has to act with himself in some capacity, and so that'll be an interesting dynamic to be able to see. And then John W. said, I want to see some face-offs and some deaths and power going crazy. Who's the fight you want to see the most? The biggest face-off that you want to see the most?
Are you asking me or John?
Well, both.
I mean, for a show like Loki, honestly, I'm not looking at it as like, oh man, Loki versus this person, you know, because Loki, where he really like excels is like, you know, manipulation, you know. Like, he's the god of mischief. He's, like, the master of his words. Like, he's always got a plan and stuff like that. So, I don't think I want to see, like, a face-off. I want the reveals to be, like, oh, I want to be, like, confused as fuck every time they reveal something. Like, I want the twist. I want some M. Night Shyamalan twists, like, to go on. Like, you, like, what the, you know, I need that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the face-offs. Because, like, honestly, if anybody died in the series right now, I don't think I would care. I mean, Mobius, yeah, but who would you care?
Mobius, yeah.
But that's it.
Loki, even Sylvie.
Loki's not dying. We know Loki's not dying.
I know he's not, but I care.
But I don't know. I think that what I'm really saying is I need more emotional attachment to the show. I think that's what I'm saying. Because, you know, I don't know how they did it in the last 2 series, but my emotional attachment was like really with the characters, and I was like, you know, it was strong. It was strong. But I just want the reveal to be like, just, you don't see it coming, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I really want for a show like this. I'm not really looking forward. I mean, face-offs and the fights and the action. The action is really great. I'm not gonna lie. For this to be a Loki show, the action is really great. Especially Lady Loki. Like I said, she kicking ass in this show. Like I said, she's like my favorite already. She came in and stole the show. Owen was my favorite at first, but gotta get off the Lady Loki. So, yeah. But as usual, man, we're gonna end the stream off with some predictions for the next episode. And you guys drop your predictions in the chat as well. But my prediction for the next episode. Tom Hiddleston said, like Paul alluded to, that episode 4 and 5th was his favorite. So I predict that we see another Loki. I predict, you know what? I think this is gonna happen in the next episode, right? I think the Lokis are gonna double cross each other. I don't think they're gonna stick together.
Really?
Right now. I think in episode 4, they're gonna split off and do whatever. Loki's gonna be back with the TVA. Cause Loki is all about playing both sides.
True.
You know what I'm saying? He's playing both sides. So I think they're gonna split up, something's gonna happen, but eventually I think she's gonna come back. And then like they team up and do like the, you know, let's take down the TVA thing, let's find out the truth, you know?
You think 3 episodes is enough to do all that?
I think so. I just don't see them together, you know, lasting long. You know, if the TVA catch up to them, because the TVA is after Lady Loki, you know,
right?
And Loki is technically with the TVA, so it's like, you know, either you with her and you get erased, or you with us, you know. So they can't be together too long once they get to whatever destination that they go to, you know.
That's with your understanding that the TVA has to come and get them at whatever planet that they're on. Mm-hmm. But what if something else happens? What if somehow they get off the moon, or whatever it is that they're on, some other way? I don't know. I just don't see them sticking together. I mean, I feel like they're building a bond, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think the bond is going to get more solidified when they go away from each other. And they realize that they both need each other. That's what I think. Oh, that's true. John W. said he wants to see Loki and Lady Loki team up against TVA and other variants.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm calling
sure.
it. Calling it.
I kind of want to see Sylvie and Renslayer go at it again.
Yeah.
Paul Loco said, can the time twister reset people who aren't variants? I want to see Sylvie try to reset Renslayer. It probably won't work, though, because Renslayer might not be a variant. That's a good point. You think she's a variant?
I don't know, man. It's just because you know what was funny? When Lady Loki went to the... It's weird because I don't think Lady Loki has ever been to the TVA. Because she tried to use her powers, remember?
She didn't even know, like, where the time... Well, she wouldn't know where the timekeepers were. Nobody does.
Yeah.
But... Huh.
But she was trying to use her powers there, and like, they had to tell, like, oh, that don't work
confused.
here. Yeah.
So she never went through the same process.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good catch.
So... I don't know. We don't know what the hell we talking about, man. We just gotta wait for next week, just like everybody else. Paul said it'd be cool to see a Sylvie backstory. We're gonna see it. I think we're gonna see more. I think we're gonna see the backstory. I kind of got a feeling we're gonna see a backstory, like with the kid Loki, and it's gonna remind. I don't know. I got a feeling like Sylvie's gonna be there. And I think the kid Loki is gonna like kind of like make them like both see different things, you know, that they could. I don't know.
Different perspectives.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
John said, I think Mobius finds them because he knows about the apocalypse thing, and they free him from mind control.
Oh, there we go. How would he know he went to Lamentus though? Because even when they fall there, she's like, "Why would you pick here?" And he's like, "Sorry, I didn't read the brochure." Oh, but he does say that's what I would do. That's where I would hide. If maybe it's like the closest apocalypse that he could think of or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. But if Mobius does come and get him,
Paul said Loki just needs to call Heimdall. For real, bro. That's what I was thinking earlier,
Right.
man. Just call your boy Heimdall, man. I'm pretty sure y'all still cool. After you froze him and after you froze him and left him at the what was it,
the opening?
Yeah. But I think episode 4 might start off, you know, with Mobius. They taking him back to the TVA and they're like, "Look, we told you this is the last time, and you let all that stuff happen." But I think Mobius, kind of what John is saying, he's gonna be like, "I know where they at. I got a feeling where they at. Like, let's just send people there, and they could be there." You know.
You think they'll do that? Because I don't think they have a whole lot of people to spare. Everybody's
Mobius is coming out to Loki.
You think he's gonna do it going rogue? That the TVA kind of banishes him or like whatever? Because she told him if something goes wrong, it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
You think he goes rogue and goes and finds them and then either teams up with them or something along that route?
I think so.
That'll be my prediction.
So your prediction is you think Mobius learns the truth and he turns.
I like that Mobius theory, like that John brought up, like Mobius coming to their rescue. That's how they get off the moon, or Lamentus, whatever. I think that's more probable than the Timekeepers, just because they have no idea where he's at. They're not going to know. And nobody aside from... Well, no, I mean, the team did. The team did know when they did the briefing that they were going to... where an apocalypse happens. And that's where she was hiding. So I'm assuming they understand that concept, unless he just didn't explain it to them. He just said, I know where she's going to be, where he's going to be, and took them there. Instead of explaining that, you know, Lady Loki or Sylvie hides in different apocalypses and blah, 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 blah. So if Mobius is the only one that knows that, he can use that to his advantage and go find them. Depending on what Renslayer and the TVA decide to do with him or whatever. That'll be interesting. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
More so.
I think Mobius and Renslayer are going to get into a big fight. Like a big argument or like just some, you know. And it sucks because, like, you know, we've really only seen them, like we haven't seen them together that much. We've seen them, like, you know, had that scene in the office where they're talking, but it's like, you know, it's already, the shit didn't hit the fan, you know?
They definitely have a history, too.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to allude to that some more as the episode goes on, or show goes on.
Yeah. They have to, you know? They definitely have to.
Yeah.
But that's my prediction. I think shit's gonna hit the fan even more. I think we're definitely gonna go back to the TVA next episode. They can't go another episode without showing us what's going on with all those branched ass timelines. Cause like technically they didn't answer that. Because like they showed what happened at the beginning of that, like where the timelines was going crazy and they were sending people, but like they didn't show like the aftermath or like, you know, where any of them went or like, you know, what's going on there at the TVA right now. So I honestly think the 4th episode we really go open up with the TVA, what's going on with them, and then we go cut back to the Lokis and see what's going on with them.
They'll merge between the two.
Yeah, they have to. They have to at this point.
Yeah.
But we just gotta wait to see what really happens next week. We don't know anything. We're just predicting. We're just nerds. We're just theorists discussing and talking about our favorite show at 2:00 in the morning. But we appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. Yes, I'm on retirement, but I'm still doing reaction videos because I love you guys. And we're gonna keep this thing going, man. Loki episode 4. Man, it comes so fast, doesn't it? Like every time it goes, it comes by so fast, and you just gotta appreciate the moment while it's here, you know. So I mean, I'm just excited for next week's upload. John says, "Oh, you read it?"
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna say, John just says, "What if they do it like WandaVision?"
Clarify that, John.
Yeah. And then Paul Loco said, Sylvie's a former TVA agent who got her memory back and started realizing stuff. That's what you're predicting is going to happen? Or that's what, from the comics? That's interesting.
Sylvie is Sylvie? Really? Former TVA?
Then she would have had to have gone through that process. She would understand the TVA and know that her powers wouldn't work there.
Yeah, because she showed up like she never...
Like, yeah, all of that was new. She tried to telekinesis or whatever. Not telekinesis. What's that called? That she does when she touches them and they go green?
Enchant.
Yeah. She tried to do that to them and it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And that was a surprise to her. I don't know. I don't know that she's a TVA background in that sense. Because she's always giving Loki shit about, so you go work for the boring TVA time police or whatever. I don't know that her background's necessarily.
Yeah, because she didn't even know, like, she knew that because she knew that on the 2nd episode, she knew that they hired somebody or they brought somebody on the team to hunt her down. She knew that. Because she asked him in the store, so you're the one that's supposed to,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like she knows certain things. And maybe she got that from the girl that she enchanted. I don't know.
That's true.
Who knows? But regardless of what's going on, like whether the timekeepers are real or not, all this other mumbo jumbo crap, whatever, something has to be real there. Only because their magic doesn't work there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it has to be something like really fucking powerful,
That's true.
Because like if they can go to Earth and like all these different planets and shit and like use their powers and do all this stuff, but once they get back to the TVA and like none of that stuff works, something has to be,
Yeah. I wonder if it's like a force field or something that you can take down, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for gods, they're gods, Like, and they're magic users and their magic don't work in that place.
So Wanda would be useless there. Doctor Strange would be useless there.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
So, I don't know, man. We just gotta wait and see. John says, like, one episode, they show what happens in the town. And next episode, they show the point of view from the sword happening at the same time, just point of views. I think I know what okay. I see what he's saying. So you remember on WandaVision when like the show was being played out, like originally, and then we seen Agatha's like side of like everything.
Oh.
Like how it was her the whole time, like meddling with stuff. They could, I don't know. Is there another variant that we don't know about? That's like like. I got a feeling like there's another Loki that we don't know about. Or something. Like, what if Loki is the timekeeper?
Mobius did say, you're getting good at this. You can take my job.
Yeah, he did. What if a variant Loki is a timekeeper? Boom!
Or takes over as like the ultimate space lizard.
Wow. Mind blown. Loki is a timekeeper. Loki is all 3 of them. It's 3 Lokis. And he's the one that set all these rules. That's why he don't understand it. Because he only understand this variant. the lady Loki. He don't understand it.
But he's impressed by her.
He is.
He's like, damn.
He's impressed by the timekeepers too. Like, they really got y'all working, doing all, you know.
But would Loki not be impressed with Loki?
Yeah.
It's a very Loki thing, you know.
Yeah, that is true. He said that explains a lot. His magic has no limits. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of what they saying, it's true with the timekeepers, whether there are timekeepers or not. Like, you know, the TVA, like, they erasing motherfuckers from reality. You know, with them sticks, them reality sticks. So, it's something going on. You know, like they are some higher power. You know, if Infinity Stones don't work there, you know, like it's something. You know, we might not like. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be good for. I think somebody's gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. I don't know who it is. Mobius, but I think somebody's gonna die, and we got so many predictions, man. I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot. We gotta save this for the next stream, man, cause it's getting too late. But we appreciate everybody rocking with us for episode 3. Episode 4 coming back live next week. We're gonna try to do our best to stream as soon as the show ends. So you guys be sure to turn your noties on, just in case my Wi-Fi is trash or anything else happens. Join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord. Below, link in the description. Join the squad. We're reacting to the Loki vids every week. We're going to see Black Widow in IMAX. I don't know if we're gonna do a reaction.
We should. We could film it there.
We could. But y'all let us know what y'all want to see from us. Other than the Marvel stuff, let us know. We'll keep reacting to it. But next week, Loki. Week after that, Loki. Week after that, Loki. Week after that, Black Widow. Month after that,
what ifs?
What ifs? Month after that, Shang-Chi. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. This Marvel train will keep going, and we gonna be here, you know, being fans and just watching this amazing, you know, piece of work. And like, no matter our criticisms and anybody else's criticism that's on the internet, like, we're all gonna be sitting back and watching. At the end of the day, Marvel's taking our money. Disney's taking our money. Mickey's like, yeah, shut up. You can complain all, you know, but you're gonna watch. Like, we're gonna watch, you know. So make sure you guys are here next week for the next reaction. I will be streaming this Thursday. Trying to see what other updates do I have. I think that's about it. Any closing remarks that you want to say before we end the stream?
I can't wait till episode 4.
Episode 4. I like how this season is actually like giving us like titles for episodes too, because like the last shows, they weren't. I mean, they were smart. Like, they weren't really giving nothing away with the titles, especially WandaVision. They was like episode 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like, they know what they doing. They know how to keep us hooked. Marvel, I salute you guys, man, because y'all keeping us hooked. But we'll get out of here. Appreciate everybody rocking with the stream. Hit that like button if you haven't hit the like already. And we're going to catch y'all on next week's stream, all right? Like I always say at the end of the stream, man, stay positive. Be the best person you can be. You can be whoever or whatever you want to be in life, man. Just look at me, all right? We'll catch y'all on the next stream. Thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. John said, Miss Minutes is sus.
Oh my God, Miss Minutes. Yeah, that one.
Miss Minutes is sus as fuck. And I guarantee you we gonna get a.
True.
Oh my God. Oh my God. John, you finna keep us here for another hour talking about Miss Minutes. Oh my God, man.
Is Renslayer Miss Minutes?
Oh my God. It's either Miss Minutes or Renslayer that we gotta keep our eyes on.
Hella sus.
Oh my God. Wow. Good call, John. Good call. But we'll get out of here, y'all, before we stay for another hour. Catch y'all on next week's episode. Peace.